Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Infernape, and this is my battle for Season 3, Week 10 of the Major Pokemon League. And this week, I'm going up against JOLT of the Toke Minorities. So now, first, actually, I'm not going to talk about my team or the battle just yet. This battle is up late, and I do apologize for that. But the reason it is up late is because I was having issues with my now old laptop. It was just, everything kept freezing. It was just, nothing would, like, open and load properly. Just everything just froze, and I could not use anything on my computer, and it was just not good. So I tried fixing things. I did things like I did something. I looked up a bunch of stuff to try to do to fix stuff like running disk cleanup, defrag. I did things like that. Nothing really worked out and helped. So I then, once I got paid this week, then I was like, alright, I'm gonna get a new computer. So I got a cool new laptop, and it's pretty dope. It's pretty cool. It's a touchscreen, actually, which is kind of cool. It doesn't really matter, but I have some cool things about that. But yeah, so this battle is up late, and so will Week 11. That battle's not up on time. I think Week 12 I can get up on time on Sunday. It should be good. I think this is going up on Friday. Then Week 11 will go up tomorrow on Saturday, hopefully. Not sure. But yeah, so let's get into the match now. So I'm bringing Manaphy, Skarmory, Infernape, Megaglaive, Raikou, Nidoqueen, and JOLT's bringing Superior, Scizor, Salamence, Thundurus T, Miltank, and Mega Swampert. So we're both bringing pretty similar teams to last time. I brought a very similar team to last time. I'll talk about my sets in a second. Last time I had Tyrantrum over the Nidoqueen, and JOLT had, what was it? He did not bring Superior and Salamence last time. Instead, he brought Dugtrio, and I'm totally blanking out. I cannot think what else he brought. He brought, I cannot remember. I don't know. He brought something else last time. I seriously cannot think. I don't know. So, oh yeah, he brought Sylveon and Dugtrio instead of Superior and Salamence. That's right, Sylveon. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, so my team here, I'm just going to go over all my sets. A lot of them are the same as last time. I was trying to do some stuff on my old computer so that I could get it decently running, so I could at least build and then gen my team or have someone gen it. But I wasn't able to do that, so I made a couple of changes in game. I was able to sort of build on my phone for what I needed to make the changes for. But yeah, so Manaphy is the same EV spread as last time, and almost the same exact set. He has the leftovers like last time. Something popped up on my computer. Okay, yeah, Manaphy leftovers. It's like max HP and like a lot of defense, and then a decent amount of speed F and some speed, I think. But yeah, the moveset last time was Scald, Ice Beam, Energy Ball, and Rest. This time I have the same moveset, except I have Skill Swap over Rest. Skill Swap could be nice if maybe he sets up. If maybe I could steal the Swift Swim from the Swampert, if there is if he has anything to set up the rain, I could steal Swift Swim and be pretty fast. I didn't think he would bring it. I didn't think if he brought the Politoed, I thought it would have, or I did not think it would have Drizzle. I thought it would have the other ability, Water Absorb, just because I think it was a little better. And I know, I mean, rain could be kind of nice for my team, but I feel like he didn't want to help Manaphy, so I didn't think he'd bring rain, and he didn't. But yeah. Skill Swap could also be nice if he wanted to be aggressive and switch into Thundurus. I could go for Skill Swap on the switch and kind of wall Thundurus. That'd be cool. Or just like some other things, like if Politoed came in and it would went for Whirlpool, I could Skill Swap that turn and then steal his ability and then be able to. It was some cool things. It didn't come into play, so I don't know why I'm talking about it that much. It was a long match, so I should get into it soon. Skarmory was the same set, except I had Defog last time. Now I have Stealth Rocks. So it was Whirlwind, Stealth Rocks, Brave Bird, and Roost. Last time I had Akaberry, this time I have Volcan to take electric hits. I thought maybe he might go for some HP electrics instead of HP fires, because, you know, Akaberry on Skarm was kind of not obvious, but like, last time he knew it was coming, and last time I did bring the Akaberry, so he might have carried some HP electrics. Overall, or I guess looking back, and I think having the Akaberry would have been a little better, but it doesn't really matter. Now, I was gonna say next. But now we got Infernape, Scarfed Infernape, same exact set as last time. I thought about making a Life Orb, but since I didn't really make too many changes, I just didn't really do that. So it's Scarfed, same set, same EVs and everything. Flare Blitz, Close Combat, U-Turn, and HP Ice. We got Megaglaive, This set was one I was going to change a bit, but I didn't get to because I would have had to add it regen, and I was not able to find a generator in time, which was fine. It didn't really matter too much in the battle, or really at all. Yeah, it was alright. So we have, yeah, my set is Double Edge, Explosion, Ice Shard, and Spikes. I would have liked to make a couple changes. I would have still kept Ice Shard and Double Edge, but instead of Explosion and Spikes, I would have had Freeze Dry and HP Fighting to break a potential Triple Berry on the Mill Tank. So that was my thought process there. Then we got Raikou, pretty cool set here. I actually have leftovers, which is interesting. It's sort of like a, not bulky, but just like a fast pivot that can hit kind of hard. We have Volt Switch, HP Ice, Toxic, and Magnet Rise. It's pretty cool. I can go for Magnet Rise, and then I don't like Wall Swampert because I still get hit pretty hard by a Waterfall, but still I can kind of take it on, not 1v1, but I can just chip it down, just deal Swampert a little better. I could have carried HP Grass, but really it was only helpful for Swampert, and HP Ice was just better overall for his team, so it's one of HP Ice. Then last we have Nidoqueen, especially defensive. It's the same EV spread that I brought week 3, which I think was just like max Def, max HP, maybe like a bit of speed thrown in there somewhere. Maybe like 20 speed, I forget. Yeah, it was week 3 versus Aura. I just like stole that Nidoqueen, I changed up like a move on it, but its set was, I believe, Earth Power, Sludge Wave, Toxic Spikes, and Roar. So it was a pretty cool, especially defensive set. Kind of meant to deal with the Thunderous. I could have carried a Pyappa Berry for Psychic, but I thought, he might carry HP like Ice or Ground, so I don't want to carry the Pyappa because I know it would just be useless. But yeah, so let's just get into the match here. It's a long match, so I'm just gonna start it off. Like, it's probably gonna be a pretty long video, even though it's not like an official team builder to go with it. I don't know. I mean, I went over my team, but whatever. So he leads with Swampert, as I thought he might. I led with Manaphy, thinking he might predict me to lead with like Nidoqueen, predicting him to lead with Thunder. So I led Manaphy, predicting Swampert lead. So I was like, alright, cool. So I can just click Skulls, you don't have a great switch in, and if you do stay in, there's a pretty good chance you get burned because it's Skull. So let's go for Skull as he switches into his Thunderous, which kind of makes sense here. Thought he might go into Cert, but it's cool. He goes into this, we get the burn. First turn burn is unfortunate for him, but like it's Scald, so you can't be too upset about it. Now he reduces leftovers, so we know he's not Yachi Berry, we know he's not like Scarfed or anything, so that's cool, that's cool. So here I really wanted to switch into Glalie because I thought he would knock off here because last time he brought knockoff, and I'm not sure if he brought it this time, but last time he brought knockoff, and I thought he would go for here, predicting like Nidoqueen to come in and he can knock off a potential if I wanted to have the Psychic Berry, he can knock it off. So that was my thought process there. I wanted to go into Glalie, but I was like, he could just T-Bolt. He could. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Go right into Steffi, my dedicated switching for this. I'm like, alright, he Nasty Pots. I'm like, that's scary. I thought he'd bring, yeah, I don't know, I wasn't too sure if he would bring Nasty Pots. I thought he wanted a little more coverage, and I thought he would want to have agility instead of that, because last time it could have been helpful. But he brings Nasty Pots on my own turn. Well, here, I thought he would Psychic. I should have stayed in, because +2 Psychic does Okame, he has like a decent roll too. So I thought he'd Psychic here, so I go into Raikou, who can live a +2 Psychic and then kill with HP Ice. But he goes for Hidden Power, I'm like, alright, it's HP Ice, cool. And then, oh shit, that's HP Ground. Damn it. And then Raikou just dies. So I'm like, well, damn it, that's not a good start for me. Well, shit. So, alright, it's not totally terrible. We know this thing does not have a Yachi Berry, so I can just bring Glalie here and Ice Shard. Yes, I do bring Glalie, cool. So here, I knew you wouldn't stay in. I wanted to click Ice Shard, but I knew you wouldn't. I wanted to make a safe play and click Ice Shard, but I didn't. I believe I predicted it switch into either Mill Tank or this and go into Nidoqueen, because we're saying you just T-Bolt and stay in, which like that. If you T-Bolt, it's fine. Nidoqueen is immune. So now you switch out and do, like, Swampert maybe? No, Mill Tank, that's right. Because you use this as an opportunity to set up your rocks. As I set up my T-Spikes, which is really nice. Mainly for this thing and the Swampert. I know Scizor's going to bring default, because last time having the hazards up really hurt him, so I know he's going to have default on Scizor. So he does set up rocks as I set up T-Spikes. So now I can Sludge Wave, just see his set, just go for some damage here, just gauge his set. As he does T-Wave, oh yeah, he predicted me to switch, I think, and maybe like Manaphy, something like that. Yeah, so yeah, I just go for the, or no, that's right. Never mind, I think, yeah, no, he went for Stealth Rocks on the turn that I Sludge Wave. Yeah, because I Toxic Spiked on the switch, and then on the turn that I Sludge Wave is when he went for T-Wave. And then on the turn that he set up rocks when I Sludge Wave, and then he went for T-Wave there, but I went for Roar. So I wanted to clarify that. So now he brings in, or now Scizor comes in. So he just goes for U-turn, gets some chip damage off, doesn't really do anything, that's cool. So now he goes into, I want to say Swampert, I don't remember, it was a long match, dude, it was like 40 turns. A long match, but yes, oh yeah, he goes into Salamence here, I guess, I'm not sure why I went Salamence. Probably some reason for that. I guess he didn't want to get poisoned, so he didn't want to bring in Swampert or Miltank. He wanted to try to default. I don't know. I guess he was scouting for a Fire Blast or like a Flamethrower, or just any fire move. That makes sense, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I think he would. I think it might have been a better play to go into Swampert there, but I guess he just didn't want to get poisoned, which makes sense too. So here I'm like, all right, I'm gonna bring in Scarm because I wanted to set up my rocks. That's right, and I was like, all right, I at least set up rocks in this. All right, let's do that. Because I can get up rocks, I can weaken down the Thunders and Salamence. Mainly those two. It means also nice to chip down some other Pokemon, but really those two. Those two are the big offensive threats, and I really want to chip them down. Stealth Rocks really help me with that. So, let's go for rocks, I switch out into Scizor, which was a good play because he can just default. I'm like, well, shucks, man. So here, I believe he just defaults. This is where I kind of wish I brought the mascot. Braviary, because that would have helped, because I would have had the nice Defiant, and I could have took advantage of this default, but nah, he just defaults as I switch into Manaphy, because Manaphy can essentially deal with anything you want to do, and getting a free switch into Manaphy is also just really nice in general. So we get in the left, he's almost back to full health, and kind of swiveling around in the chair. I don't know what I'm doing, man. But yeah, so here, he switches out into Superior. Oh yes. Yeah, this is where I make pro plays. I'm like, yo, he's gonna bring in Cert Predicting Scald. This is Ice Beam, bam, pro plays. And you get a crit. That just shows how good I am. MLG strats. I would do a meme edit, but I just want to get this video up. I don't want to do any meme edits. So yeah, we did get the crit, which might have mattered. I'll talk about that in a second. So here, going to Scarm, I'm like, alright, well, Leaf Storm, that's the thing. Thought about going into Inferno, but still a non-boosted Leaf Storm did a good chunk. I was like, wow, it's kind of shocking, because this thing's not a high special attack. But yeah, he goes for Leaf Storm, I eat that up. So here, I'm like, alright, I have the Wakandari, not Akka, so you're probably gonna have HP Fire. So I'm like, alright, I'm gonna scout for that, go into Inferno. And he goes for Hidden Power, I'm like, alright, I think it's Fire. And it's Fire, cool, you got him, it's awesome. So now I'm gonna pause here. So, the crit might have mattered because he said that he had the Flying Berry on his serve. So I think that if we did not get the crit, then he would have lived a Brave Bird from Scarm. I'm not sure, I didn't run the calc. But if I did not get the crit with Ice Beam, then he would have lived a Brave Bird from Scarm. And then he could have glared on that turn instead of being forced to go for Hidden Power. So that could have mattered, but I don't know. I don't know if I would have still made the same play if if I didn't get the crit. I think I would have made the same play going into Inferno, but I don't know if he would have glared then, because, I mean, he might have, I don't know. It's all hypotheticals and scenarios and whatever. So I just go for U-turn, because I know it'll kill this thing if I want to switch out, and I'm able to get the, I'm able to just stay ahead and get some nice momentum, which is cool. So here I bring in Stephanie, that's right, because I'm like, alright, well, I know it's going to bait in the Swampert switch, the Swampert to come in, but it's alright, because I don't have anything that can really take on everything on his team 1v1, so, you know, I was like, alright, Nidoqueen's kind of the safest option here, sort of. Let me pause there, it's a full screen. Let me pause there, so, here, I thought, alright, switch into Manaphy or Skarmory is very obvious, because either Waterfall or Earthquake, very obvious I'd switch into one of those two. So I thought he'd make a double into his Thundurus. It was a very aggressive play on my part. I thought he would switch. It could have paid off, and I think Jolt, I'm pretty sure when he made this play, he thought that it was kind of obvious for me to switch, and he probably just knew that, so he thought I might make that play that it did, so he stayed in and makes the smart Earthquake play, which it could have, I don't know, it could have been good for what it could have been a good thing to make that play that I did, but he stayed in, it didn't work out for me. I'm like, shucks. So we had to go for Skull. I don't get the burn. It's all cool. So he goes for Earthquake, just get some damage off. But now both my checks and switch-ins to Thundurus are gone, so Thundurus is really scary for me. I do have a Scarf Inferno, which can outspeed it. That's cool. And I do the Ice Shard on the Glabe, so that's cool. So here I go for Scald, and here I predicted another Earthquake, I guess. Or I predicted your switch into, like, something, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why I went Scarm. I guess I wanted to set up rocks again. Yeah, and I thought, alright, well, he's gonna Earthquake, so I can just switch out. I don't know. So he just T-Waves. I'm like, yeah, it's annoying, but it is what it is. So now I just set up rocks. Yes, I did. That's pretty cool. So now I want to say I go for Whirlwind, because I'm like, alright, you're probably going to switch in Scizor, but no, you're going to take rocks, somebody else is going to take rocks. It's going to be a cool day for me. So he switches into a Scizor, and then I believe I Whirlwind. So I'm like, bye. As I said multiple times, this is a long match. We're like not even halfway through it, man. This is a long thing. Oh, by the way, thank you to Byser for Byser. He recorded my match. Thank you, man. He's a cool guy. He also did my week 11 match. Thank you to that guy for recording that as well. I'll mention that in that battle. But yeah, so here I'm like, alright, well, obvious fire move is obvious. So he goes for Flamethrower. Thank you for carrying Flamethrower, not Fire Blast. I hate Fire Blast. Fire Blast is a terrible move. Much respect for you for carrying Flamethrower. Thank you. So yeah, I just eat that up. So alright, well, that's cool. So I see he's not Life Orb or anything. We don't see leftovers. I thought he might just Scarf, as he didn't go for like Dragon Ball or anything. I mean, he's very Ice Beam. But he goes into Miltank here. I'm not sure if he was Thick Fat or not from this damage. It did like kind of. It didn't do a whole lot, but like it did like nothing. I'm pretty sure he was like yeah, he had to be for a grenade. Yeah, so he goes Thick Fat. So poison weakens him down. So that did like nothing, but I still expected Scald to kill her. I'm like, alright, I can go Scald and kill you. Manphy's gonna get a nice little kill, so that's pretty cool. But it actually lives, I'm like, what? No, damn it. Just T-Waves though. I'm like, alright, good, you didn't heal up and then just be annoying. I thought I would easily kill. I don't know, I guess he's more specially defensive than I thought. So, I don't know, it is what it is. But he's gonna die to poison this turn, so that gives me the Queen a kill. That's pretty cool. Yeah, also I don't have the layouts. Sorry about that. I'm just having some issues with things. I'll talk about that after the battle. I don't have it, so so you guys can't see the score. So I believe it's 5-5. No, it's 4-4 at this point. So I killed Surf and Miltank. He killed Thundurus and Nidoqueen. So yeah, it's 4-4 at this point. 4-4, got it. So here, he defocuses to get paired. I wanted to Scald, but it's not a huge deal. This is a little unfortunate, but I mean, it's T-Wave, you know? He went for it, and he knew he had the possibility of having it happen, so it's what it is, you know? It's T-Wave. So he just goes for U-turn, gets some chip damage, as I believe he brings in the Salamence. Yeah, brings some Salamence here. Takes some more rocks damage. I'm like, alright, or no, he doesn't, because rocks are gone, so he just T-Fog. That's right. But Scald is about the same as rocks, a little less. I don't get the burn, which is unfortunate, but I mean, I got that first turn burn, and that is the third Scald I went for, so 1 out of 3 is about what you should expect from Scald, that being at 30%. Here, he makes a switch into Swampert. I think predicting my Skarmory switching. Yeah, I was like, alright, well, Dragon move's pretty obvious, so I'm gonna go in a Skarm, eat that up. I could have lived any Dragon move he went for, so I think I should have stayed in and Ice Beamed. I don't know, because like I still. I don't know if that was my best play to switch out there. So I could have lived any hit. I guess I was fearing maybe Yachi Berry with Dragon Dance. Even then, I don't know. So here, I switched in. Oh yeah, I got flinched because I got flinched on the first one. It's about a 50% chance of me attacking there because you know the para and the flinch possibility. So this is alright. But the second one I do live. It was a roll of some sort. I think it was like a middle roll there. I don't know. But here I'm like, alright, I'm gonna bring in Blade Bay, go for double edge and kill something. You could switch into Scizor, but let's just hope you don't. We just go for double edge and knock this thing out, which is pretty dope. Glalie with the power. So now it's 3-3. Yeah, it's Glalie, Manaphy, and Infernape. He has Thundurus, Salamence, and Scizor. So here he brings in Scizor. I'm like, alright, I put a good amount of defense into this. So I know I can live a Bullet Punch, and you're defensive, so I can definitely live a Bullet Punch. So I do not need to explode. Yeah, actually, I would have gone for Explosion if I thought he was going to go for Bullet Punch, because, you know, he would have done some damage with Bullet Punch, but I would have lived, and then I just exploded, and then done some pretty good damage to him. But I thought, you know what, Switch is so obvious. It's so obvious that I'm going to switch. I'm going to stay in, predicting the U-turn. I'm going to be ballsy as hell. But I stay in, go for Double Edge, because I thought he would U-turn, which then I can live. And he goes for U-turn. I'm like, yay, cool. Well, I mean, you would have known I'd for U-turn, not Bullet Punch, because Bullet Punch has priority. But that's okay. So I did live. I'm like, alright, cool. That's good. So now, anything you bring in dies to Ice Shard. So you have to switch out. Into Scizor. I'm like, I know you're going to switch out. And I believe I bring you Manaphy or not. I don't make that really risky play and bring in Infernape. I bring in Manaphy here, I believe. Alright, yeah. So, Manaphy is paired, but still at decent health. Got the leftovers. They are slowly healing us. It's pretty cool. Pretty good. So, here I'm like, alright, Scald's a cool play. Let's just go for Scald. He's gonna Roost. I guess trying to stall me out. I don't know if that was his best play. Because Scald's doing, like, or no, I went for Ice Beam thinking of switching Salamence. Because, I mean, like, he doesn't have a great switching for Scald. I don't think he tried to just stay and heal. Try to, you know, just stall me out here. Or at least, well, I mean, it makes sense that I went for that there just to stay healthy. But here he goes for Bullet Punch because he doesn't want to switch out with the, yeah, he just wants to stay in. And I don't know if he's not really sacking this thing off, though, because next turn I believe it goes for Roost. So I don't think he really stayed in trying to sack this thing off. Yeah, no, he's healing. I don't know. Maybe he was waiting for me to make an aggressive switch into Glalie, thinking he would go and do one village Pokemon. I don't know. I get parried here. It is what it is. It's whatever. I mean, it's 1 out of 4 chance. You know, it's about even. It's all good. So, Bullet Punch does more chip damage. It does about as much as I'm getting back from the leftovers. Maybe a little more. But I go for another Scald here. I'm like, alright, I gotta get a burn eventually, right? No, okay. Gone for Scald 5 times this game. I got 1 burn. It was a big burn that I did get, but like 1 out of 5. It's not great. But here, I switch out into Infernape. I'm like, wait, I can bring in this thing. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We're seeing you switch out into Salamence, or you turn into that. Because I don't kill it with Flare Blitz. I do HP, so which does kill, but you do go for the Roost there. I'm like, alright, let me pull there. So at this point, I'm thinking, alright, I'm in a good position because I have 3 Pokemon left. He has 3 left. So he's Scizor, Thundurus, and Salamence. So he needs Scizor to beat Glalie, because otherwise Glalie just clicks Ice Shard against the other Pokemon. So he needs Scizor for that. Then he needs Salamence for Infernape, otherwise Infernape just kills the other 2 with Flare Blitz. And then Thundurus he kind of needs for Manaphy, but I think it was his best play to sack off Thundurus, which is what he does here, because otherwise he just straight up loses 20 highly Pokemon. But with Thundurus, I mean, it helps Lavish Manaphy, but he doesn't straight up lose to Manaphy though, so that's helpful for him. So yeah, that was the best play he could have made there. So he just sacks that thing off. So now I'm up 3-2. I'm like, alright, cool. So here he brings in Salamence. I had a feeling he was Scarf. I don't know if we have got confirmation. I mean, we pretty much did, but not officially. So here's a big play. So I was going to stay in and sack off Infernape, but I knew he was. I didn't want him to get the. I did not want him to kill me and get the boost. So I didn't want that. But it didn't really matter if he did get boost from Moxie. So I should have stayed in and just sacked off Infernape, but I switched out to Manaphy because I can live 2 Dragon Claws. I cannot. Or I don't know. I think it was a roll with live 2 Outrages. I forget. But he does go for Outrage, which I really should have sacked off Infernape then, because then I would have straight at won. And Outrage does just a little over the amount it needs to do to 2 KO, even with the lefties, so it's going to be able to 2 KO me, which is really unfortunate. So I'm like, ah, shit, man. Okay, did I just choke this game? Oh my god. I should have stayed in, gotten damage with Infernape, and sacked him off. He gets a Moxie. It doesn't really matter because he's going to come out of my other 2 anyways. So he gets confused there, so we can talk about that. So he does not get the 3-turn Outrage. It was better that he got the 2-turn, because now he has a 50% chance to land his attack. Well, if he was, if he had the 3-turn Outrage, then I could just run Glalie and kill him. So yeah, I gotta bring Glalie. I know I need to. So it's a 50-50. Do I stay in and click Ice Shard and potentially kill this thing? Or do I think that he's gonna switch in Scizor and go into Infernape? Now here, I kind of thought he'd stay in, but I make him switch into Infernape, because I know that even if I get this play wrong, I still have a 50-50 chance of having it work out, because he could hit himself in confusion. And he's in confusion. It all comes down to this at this point. He hits himself. And I'm like, oh, thank God. I lost that play. I lost that tough play there, but I knew he had the chance of hitting himself in confusion. I think that's why he made that play to stay in, because he thought I'd make that switch. So I go for Flare Blitz there. He could have had more HP than I thought and could have potentially lived, so maybe I should have HP Iced. And then, but he could have switched in, he wouldn't have switched in Scizor, I don't know. Maybe he could have predicted the HP Ice, it's possible. So he just gets up chip damage, but it's actually going to put me in range where I think the Flare Blitz knocks me out, which is unfortunate. But Infernape's going to be able to clean up this game. We win. We beat JOLT. Oh, that was intense. That was one of the most intense games I've ever played. It was a really good game. There was some hacks. I'm going to talk about that in a second. That was one of the most intense games I've ever played. It was a really, really, really good game. We did win that in a 1-0 with the ukulele being alive and me back. So, actually, yeah, going into this game, as you can see in the title, I was 7-2 and he was 4-5. So I had not yet clinched a playoff spot. I had like pretty much clinched, but not technically. There was still a way that I could not make playoffs if I lost my final 3 games. Just a lot of things happened in the way that would have needed to happen. But it doesn't matter because I win this game and I clinched myself a playoff spot. I did not know this right after I won this game because the winner, or because the battle between Cypher and the Rogue Jordy, who was Jordy's sub, who's taking over for him. That battle had not happened yet at the time of me doing this. So, but actually, well, now it's time to say it. Cypher played Rogue, Cypher lost to Rogue, so that means that just from getting to winner and being 8-2, that I clinched the Division 2. So that means my last 2 games don't matter at all. Now, I did not know the score of Cypher, I did not know the score of Cypher's game, so going into my game versus bench for week 11, I didn't know that it definitely did not matter, but I mean, whatever, it's all good. We do clinch the division and clinch a playoff spot with this win, which is pretty cool. So I want to talk about some things. So on that play there where I stayed, or when I had in front of any against elements and I switched out, I kind of choked that game because I thought he'd go for I did not think he would go for the outrage. I thought he'd go for a Dragon Claw. Because if I'm for outrage and I stay in, well then Inferno dies. Okay. Then I bring him Glalie and he's locked in outrage. So I can just like sure, bam. Solomon's dead. Then he brings Zizor, and I guess I sack off Glalie. I guess switch in a Manatee for differential. But either way, Manatee can come in and then just scald, and then eventually I'll get a burn with Zizor, and then I can beat Zizor 1v1 because he's not doing much to me. I have lefties, and eventually I'm gonna get a burn. And Manatee would be able to beat Zizor 1v1. Yeah, for sure. I mean, unless I get absolutely terrible luck with Scalds and get no burn, and he like crits me multiple times with each turn. But I did choke that game, and I did almost choke that game. I feel kind of bad because I feel like because of that I should not have won. That was just a bad play, and I guess I thought he would Dragon Claw, and in that case Manatee could have lived 2 Dragon Claws. But I didn't want to sack off Infernape and then because I thought he would kill me with a Dragon Claw. So then I could bring a Manatee, and then 2 Dragon Claws would kill me because he's +1 from the Moxie. And then I didn't want to risk a para, but either way I still had to risk a para. So like, I don't know, it is what it is. We did manage to beat Jolt. I got lucky with him hitting himself. I mean, it's a 50-50, so like, I don't know if you can say he lost the game because of hacks. Out of his most recent matches from both the Major PL and the National Football League, in both leagues, he's been really unlucky as of recent. I would say from like his losing streaks that he's been on in both of these leagues, I would say this is the game where he's gotten hacked the least, though. Because other games, he's just been hacked and he's gotten totally wrecked because of it. Or like the hacks just totally screwed him over. I don't know, this is a long ass video. This is a long battle. I don't know. I could talk about more hypotheticals, more scenarios, but this battle happened a while, like 2 weeks ago, and it doesn't matter. I just want to get this video up. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys for watching this battle. It was a really good one. This is a long one, but it was a good one. It was a good one for sure. Yeah, next week we're going up against Dench. Hopefully that battle will be up tomorrow. It's already late, so I'm going to try to get it up. But yeah, in that match, we had a fun meme match, and that was a cool match with Dench. You guys should definitely love that. Also, down below, link to the docs, link to MPL channel, link to Jolt's channel. They took minorities. He's a really cool guy. He knows a lot about just league format. He's a really cool guy, really nice guy. Check him out. He's a cool guy, as I said like 5 times. But yeah, I've said my outro. Enjoy this, like this video, comment about how I suck, but I'm so cool. And yeah, subscribe to me, subscribe to Jolt, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.